How can I direct a query to specific DNS server? I would like to issue a query to a specific DNS server, whose IP address I know. It doesn't really matter if it's on Windows or *Nix. In Windows I can do something like but this uses the local machine's DNS settings. Instead, I would like to query a specific DNS server to test if it is responding to my queries correctly, or responding at all. So it should be something like
For basic AN name records, you can simply do or if you just type nslookup without any parameters, you can do a lot more options.
Just digging into the options of nslookup, which you can display if you invoke nslookup, and then typing help inside of the nslookup interactive mode gave me the right answer.
Yes. See column, /documents and settings, /Anton Denico nslookup superuser.com. We'll look up your own DNS server to find out the IP address for superuser.com. If you add the IP address or the name of a different DNS server to the command line, it will look up that given DNS server for the IP address of superuser.com. X. By the way, 8.8.4.4 is the IP address of Google DNS servers. But both of the above give non-authoritative answers, as neither of them SOA, which is the authoritative for superuser.com domain. Both have a cache copy that has been propagated from the SOA. If you want to ask the authoritative server, first find out the name of IP address of the authoritative server using the command. This will return a non-authoritative answer from your local DNS server from the Marburg Uni, naming all the authoritative servers for the superuser.com. Then you can use the command we used earlier to ask any of the 4 authoritative servers, as follows. As you see, this time the authoritative SOA server returned the IP addresses, hence you don't see the comment non-authoritative answer comment anymore. This is particularly useful when you have created a new domain name or changed the hosting providers or transferred to a different domain registrar, and you can't access your website, as the new IP addresses haven't propagated even after 24 hours. Then you can start with the SOA and verify that your correct IP address is given by the DNS server, and then follow it further down the tree. Good to check if Google DNS servers have received the changes, and then lastly if your local DNS server can resolve your domain name to correct IP address.
Get specific record types from specified DNS server with one command. To look up record types other than the default A and AAA, and CNAME, records returned by nslookup, using the DNS server you specify. For example, to return MX records for the domain stackexchange.com using DNS server 8.8.4. The command would be
To change your default DNS server in nslookup, you can simply change the server by typing the server name opoftons. In this example below, I have changed my default DNS server 192.168.50.21 to a new one for .2.2.3. C:\/Windows\system32 nslookup. Default server unknown. Address 192.168.50.21. Server 4.2.2.3. Default server c.resolvers.level3.net. Address 4.2.2.3. Now I am ready to make queries against 4.2.2.3 versus 192.168.50.21.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.